Okay, try again. You should have audio in Zoom. Is it okay if we turn on video?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we'll be capturing the screen, I guess. So, is that okay? Or
Uh,
it will be too much? Okay, that works. Good. Okay, going back to the presentation. So good, we have people who are aware of the concept of data warehousing. So you're all aware of batch. I've just mentioned about it. Let's see. So we good? Okay. So it started out with batch. ETL was the most popular thing that people were utilizing, and then it evolved around, hey, can we just load that data, and then can we load and then transfer, and so on and so on. Then, as we move from batch into streaming, PubSub and Dataflow is an ideal combination that we recommend as a user base to use. We'll talk about data transfer to cloud storage. Now, we did talk about some of the regulated industry. If you are just like CVS and some others in one of the regulated industries, you don't want to give access to your data set to the entire world. What we recommend is you push information into a staging area, and from there you can slice and dice and just give access to the data that it's worth sharing, or you want that to be shared with your partners, vendors, and so on. The next thing was, somewhere a makeshift arrangement between real-time data and batch data. It's like, hey, can I do near real time? So with cloud data vision, you have that option available. Now, as I said, you have all this data coming from different sources, but you have to tie it back to your ERP and CRM systems. To make life easy, we have some connectors that are available right out of the box that you can use to establish connection with these ERP and CRM systems, so that you can pull data and you can match where that information is coming from. And for change data capture, we have something called data stream. We offer support for some of the popular databases out there that you can take advantage of that. So let's get started and take a look into Google Cloud Storage. Now, first things first, what is cloud storage? It's a binary large object storage. We give you high performance internet scale. You don't need to reserve capacity. You can grow as your requirements grow. It comes with simple administrations. You don't have to worry about setting up, getting capacity, formatting this, nothing like that. You just bring your data in and you're good to go. We provide data encryption at rest, and as well as when the data is flowing on the wire. And, to take advantage of it, we provide online and offline import services so you can work with it. Now, from a bucket attributes perspective, now let me take a step back. Mostly when we deal with files, you're dealing with folders and subfolders. In case of Google Cloud, still that remains the case, but we have bucket and then we have the bucket contents. It's an object file, so there is no updates allowed, but you can bring in a version and we do provide support for versioning. Now, one of the key things to keep in mind is location. So if you have been working with cloud, cloud is all about regions and zones. We have a minimum of 3 zones in a region. Region can be US East, Central, West, just in case of North America. We have IAM, so you know who has access to what and how you can control that. And then we have access control list as well. Now, from a regional perspective, for the sake of today, we'll just focus on multi-regional and regional. We'll ignore nearline and coal line because they are mostly for backups and archiving purposes. Now, multi-regional, it gives you 99.95% availability. Now, from an availability perspective, this is an SLA that is a commitment that Google provides to you. So it's not like, hey, the system will be down or it will not be available. This is SLA. If we don't meet that SLA, we'll reimburse you. And most of the time, multi-regional is used for content storage and delivery, and then regional is used for in-region analytics and transport. Now, there are different ways. Now, most of you who are familiar with it, the easiest thing to do is like if you are using a Chrome browser, you can drag and drop just like you do with Windows. files from your laptop into Google Cloud Storage. You can use GS util, so you can upload files. But we're talking data warehousing here. So what about large volumes of data? Now we do offer something called storage transfer service, from utilizing which you can move data from your on-prem system, from other clouds, into Google Cloud Storage. And then if you are in one of those regulated industries and you have large volume of data, we ship a transfer appliance. You load your data, you encrypt it, you have the keys. You ship it back to Google, you still have the keys, you uh, decrypt that data, and it's available for you to use. So these are different options available. I know, considering we have 40 minutes, I'm going a little bit fast. But if you have any questions, feel free to interrupt and I will try to address something in detail. Now, this is a big picture. So we have Google Cloud Storage. How does that fits into the bigger Google ecosystem? So with BigQuery, you can do export and import utilizing Google Cloud Storage. With Compute Engine, you have scripts that can reside in Google Cloud Storage. With App Engine, you can write objects, use Google Cloud Storage as an object storage for backups, logs, and so many other things. And with Cloud SQL, again, you can read it, data back and forth. You can export and import data out of a SQL server or MySQL instance into cloud storage. Are we good so far? Okay. Let's get into the next phase with data ingestion. So we covered the first phase where you have a lot of information. You don't want to give access to that information, so you use a staging area. You pull information into Google Cloud Storage, and from there you load it into your data warehouse. The next stage is data ingestion with batch and near real time. Now you have your sources coming from your on-prem or other clouds, or software as a service applications like Salesforce, uh, Anaplan, ServiceNow, some others out there. And you have target. Now your target can be a data lake, it can be a data mart, it can be a data fabric, or you can even use the whole pipeline to activate a service. Take an example. I am a cell phone provider. I have a customer who sign up for service. I have the whole flow and I insert data into the activation service and the service is available. Or it can be a plain old simple data warehousing system. Now, in between that, we have the cloud data fusion. One of the key things at Google is we work extensively with and promote open source. Again, Cloud Data Fusion is based on open source CDAP repository. So anyone out there can build utilizing the code that is available in the open source community. You can even add your own applications or build some packages around that. So with Cloud Data Fusion, we give you visual pipeline design, secure connectivity, code-free transformations. Now I'm going through this list, but we will go into these one by one so that you know how to make it work. Scalable ELT and ETL, and then open and extensible. So if you want, you can build a package, you can give it back to the open source community and so on. Now, how does Cloud Data Fusion addresses data integration challenges? Number one is you have people who are the end users. They understand how they want to make the most out of the data, but they don't understand programming. So we give you a graphical user interface where you come in, click, click, click. In the backend, we will generate the code. It may be SQL, Python, whatever it takes, and you're done. We give you a unified data preparation. When you're working with large volumes of data, we give you a single platform that supports both wrangling as well as pipeline. From source to target, what transformation needs to be done. Raw data needs to be cleansed so that it's in a format that people understand. We give you a scalable execution with ETL and ELT. So we give you choice the way you want to make it work. And we give you comprehensive connectivity. On comprehensive connectivity, we'll get into the details. For now, we give you connectors that you can pull information from SAP. We work with both ECC as well as S4 HANA, Salesforce. It can be IoT devices and other enterprise apps and SAS apps as well. Now, these are some of the components that we have in place. So we have the connector hub where you have a listing and we have a large partners and vendors that we work with. So you have a lot of choice. We give you the ETL tool where you build in your pipeline, cleans your data, and it works with both ETL and ELT, and then wrangling where you can view your data, you can cleanse your data, you can transform your data in an interactive and intuitive way. We provide you the Java SDK. So if you want something, you can write code. We have the REST microservices. And the good thing is it's all integrated into the wider Google platform from a cloud perspective. So you have support for GKE, Kubernetes service, IAM for identity and access management. And we give you choice. You can run it on Dataproc or you can run it in BigQuery. So now, this is a typical user journey. Now, irrespective of whether you're working with a data mart or a data warehouse, or you're building a data lake, or you are looking for operational reporting, the simplest thing out there, your key end goal is to build pipelines. And we are the reason we have Cloud Data Fusion is to give you the capability. Now, data lakes, the goal is to bring everything into the storage so that you have the raw data and you can, once the data is available, you can work with it. So with that, we give you bulk data ingestion and data wrangling. And then with operational reporting, we give you replication capabilities with real-time CDC. Now, most of the time, this tool is used by ETL developers as well as citizen integrators. So you have choice. Now, this is where the underlying workings of the data fusion from a typical user perspective come. Now, when you get started, you reach out to your administrator. He or she will create an instance for you. The next thing is once that instance is created and your user ID has been set up, you go in, you build and manage your pipeline. So under the covers, you establish a connection. I'm building a pipeline pulling information from SAP. So I will establish a connection. I get a table, I get information in what's available. The data is in raw format. I will wrangle that data, pick the right columns that I need to utilize for my transformation, test it, deploy it. You can orchestrate it using either Google Cloud Composer or any tool of your choice. Run and monitor, and we give you the utilities to do to lifecycle management. Now, these are some of the features. Again, comprehensive connectivity. We give you code-free transformation, flexible execution, and it's integrated with the wider Google ecosystem. So you have choice. Enterprise security, which is really important from an enterprise perspective. It's available right out of the box and is based on open source. So irrespective of whether you're sticking with Cloud Data Fusion tomorrow, 6 months down the line, or 6 years down the line, if you want to change, you're free to do so. Now, from a comprehensive connectivity perspective, our goal is to simplify your life, give you the ease of use, secure connectivity. And we know, people use different databases, different tools and technologies. So we give you a wider set of connectors. We give you connectivity for MySQL as well as commercial databases like Oracle and Teradata, as well as open source ones like Postgres, MySQL, and some others. We know there are some legacy vendors out there like IBM and Oracle that you still have a presence. So we give you a wide choice. You can bring data info and information in from package applications as well. Now, since SAP and Oracle are the leading ERP systems out there, we give you choice specifically with SAP since we have a partnership in place with them. And our goal is to meet you where your requirements are. So if you are comfortable, you can use SAP based tools. If you are comfortable, you can use Cloud Data Fusion. Or if you already have a partner that you are utilizing, we work with them so you can bring your data without any headaches and you should be good to go. A little bit on that is, code-free transformations. From an end user perspective, it's a GUI-based tool. You come in, click, click, click. You identify your data sources. We support all popular transformation patterns: sample, blend, map, filter, join, aggregate, Aggregate is the one that is used extensively in the data warehousing world. Wrangling as a node, so you can build transformation logic iteratively and interactively, and then operationalize your data warehouse with a click of a button. Now, the biggest thing we have done is to bring that AI ML integration into the data warehousing world, because you have the set of data in a legacy based approach. You pull data out of your data warehouse, take it someplace where you can train a model, run a model, and then deploy it back. With our data warehousing approach, we give you that flexibility. So it's integrated with our Vertex AI platform. We give you connectivity to from speech to text, doc AI, and CCAI, so that information is readily available and you can take advantage of it. And to add to it, our latest and the greatest, the Gen AI, as well as our large learning models, are also integrated into Vertex AI, so you can take advantage of it. From an execution perspective, we have separated the task of building the pipeline as well as executing. So if you have two different groups, you have a set of ETL developers and then you have operational folks, you can separate that responsibility. We give you complete control over executions environments if desired. So you can have two different environments managed by two different teams. And we offer support for Dataproc. So if you want, you can run it on Hadoop EMR, or you can run it on BigQuery. And it offers support for full snapshot loads, incremental batches, streaming, as well as CDC. And you can deploy and provision your compute in Google Cloud, as well as some of the other offerings as well. So at the end of the day, we bring the best of Google integrations to you. So we offer you data analytics, we offer you data operations, as well as discovery and governance. I know that is something really important from your perspective, specifically in regulated industry. Now, this is a big picture of our entire, what we call the smart analytics platform. When she connected. Okay, this is not connected.
Power?
Power is not there, so
Okay.
I hope it lasts another 15 minutes. So we should be good.
This is the power. Yeah, this is.
It's not connected.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
Oh,
use it.
that
Yeah.
is.
Okay, we're good. Thank you. So this is where the data flow streaming and the data fusion pieces fit in together. Now we start with collecting data and information. We have PubSub, data stream, data transfer service, and the data migration service. You can bring your data in. You can process your data with Dataflow, Dataproc, again, our Hadoop-based deployment. You can use BigQuery, DataPrep, and any other partner tools available there. From a storage perspective, we give you choice. So if you are comfortable running a relational database, you can put it in Cloud SQL. We give you choice of MySQL, SQL Server, PostgreSQL, as well as Spanner or native RDBMS available as a service in Google Cloud. If you want, you can use NoSQL databases as well. And we offer support for Bigtable as well as Firestore. From an analysis perspective, BigQuery is a platform of choice for data analytics. It's something we build from the ground up in the cloud. And from an activation perspective, you have a lot of choice. From a end user perspective, from business intelligence, you can work with Looker as well as any of the partner tools out there, or something that you already have in place. The next thing is streaming data. Now, again, we give you a lot of choice, irrespective whether that's coming from Google or the open source community. So we work with PubSub, that's our messaging bus. We work with Kafka as well as Confluent. Once the data is read from the messaging bus, we give you choice. You can use Transform with Dataflow, Apache Spark, Apache Flink. Flink or Beam, that is our data flow offering. From an analysis and serving data serving perspective, you can write information into BigQuery, Cloud SQL, AI platform, or Cloud Bigtable. We work with partners as well. So if you're comfortable utilizing MongoDB or InfluxDB, you can very well do that as well. Now, data flow and Apache Beam. What are the key differentiation? At the end of the day, data flow is based on Apache Beam. So again, based on open source platform. With Apache Beam, you get portability, elegant design, and flexibility. What we bring with the data flow is it's managed service of Apache Beam. So it's fully managed and scalable. So you just bring your data in and you're good to go. Accuracy, we guarantee exactly one streaming semantics. So at least you have that assurance. It's once data has been read, it will be written once. And efficiency with stateful storage in shuffles and streaming engines. So at the end of the day, we give you data flow as a package offering. Uh, Towards and this is the most critical requirement that's coming up more and more these days. It's a change data capture option. The current situation that we have in place is, everyone wants faster insights on operational data. You want to see sales in real time. You want to figure out things in real time. The goal is to enhance operational efficiencies, improve customer experience. Hybrid cloud replication is one of the requirements. We just went through the McKinsey presentation where they were talking. It's like, it's a reality. Most of the top companies have at least two cloud vendors out there. Seamless migration. So if you are coming from an Oracle world and you're going towards open source services, we give you that flexibility, and event-driven and microservices architecture. Now, what are some of the existing solutions that we have? You have to do everything on your own, so it's hard to manage and integrate. Obviously, since you're doing things on your own, it's slow, expensive, and the whole approach is fragmented. What we have done with data stream or change data capture service is to help you simplify things. So we give you a service that can seamlessly replicate data from databases to BigQuery with minimal latency. You can automatically scale up or down depending on your requirements, and it gives you unmatched flexibility with Google Cloud Data Integration Suite. So you have a larger set of offerings. Now, as of today, we offer support. You talk to any customer, Oracle is a great product, but they want to move off of it because there are certain other issues that they're dealing with. So we offer support for Oracle, MySQL, PostgreSQL, and AlloyDB. That's our inbuilt offering for Postgre. Internally, we call it Postgre on steroids, much faster, better. And data stream gives you a serverless architecture. You connect your source and target, and you're good to go. Easy to use setup, secure connectivity, and then unmatched flexibility. Now, something that internally we are working on is support for SQL Server, Spanner, MongoDB, and some other sources that will be supported. From a destination perspective, today you can write into BigQuery, Spanner, Cloud SQL, and Bigtable, and then more databases will be supported down the line. Now, why use it? So we give you a simple experience. So a seamless integration with BigQuery for end-to-end replication, built-in configuration support. We give you guidance, guided secure connectivity, so you can come in. We guide you through the different steps, 1, 2, 3, and you're done. It's serverless and scalable, so you can scale up and down depending on your requirements, and it fits really nicely with Google data services. We offer support for IAM, so you have control over who has access and how and when kind of thing. So this is all that I have in mind for today, and I will open it up for questions. Yeah.
I think the data stream is a great example. Let's say connected to capture data, CDC, from real-time firmware or keep the database into, let's say, compute,
Mhm.
and then do forecasting and so on. So, can you share how much will it cost if I use that piece?
Cost wise, I'm not in a position because I'm a technical guy. I don't know how pricing works, but if you want, I can definitely get that information offline.
Further in that, I see this is a good case for Oracle, for example. What about SAP? SAP scenario. Do you think you are still using data store or you have some attacks using just a data into
You have a question or?
No, I can answer.
Okay, so go ahead.
yeah.
But what about the people on the
Zoom, get a microphone so you can. Yeah.
No, the microphone will not reach. So
Okay.
you
Let me repeat that word.
yeah, so for your question, Jonathan, I don't know that what are the scenarios for SAP data ingestion into BigQuery or some other analytic platform within the Google Cloud. So essentially for SAP, we are taking the route of the SAP connector that brings in the data from the SAP SLT servers in a streaming fashion into BigQuery, and then you do your analytics on BigQuery. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
So that's one method, and then we are also solutions are also coming up for SAP Database for the business warehouse, SAP BW. So that's a separate solution. The current one for the SAP connector is using the SAP connector, which you get for free, it's Google Code. And then typically customers also deploy Cortex platform, which is also free from Google in order to access the SAP business objects.
When do you use which one?
Cortex sits on top of the connector. The connector brings in raw data.
Yeah, Cortex is a framework. So the question from Jonathan in the room was, you have a choice to bring data from an Oracle database. What about bringing data from SAP? So with SAP, if they are utilizing Oracle as the database, they have multiple choices. And one is you can directly pull data, but the better approach will be to go through SAP so you maintain system integrity and connectivity. And these are the connectors that are available right out of the box. So you have multiple choice. And our approach is to meet where you are comfortable with the tools and technology that you already have in place. So as Harry was saying, you can use either the BigQuery connector for SAP. Directly, you can bring that data in. If you are comfortable writing a pipeline, we have Google Cloud Data Fusion plugins for SAP. So you can establish a connection, build a pipeline on your own. And then in addition to that, there are SAP data services for BigQuery. So you can bring in, and then the SAP LT replication server to BigQuery with SAP data services. So you can bring data in as well. So you have choice, whatever you're comfortable with. And the other option is if you are already having a tool in place that is a partner that is supported by us as well as SAP, you can use them as well. Harry, anything you would like to add?
Just a differentiation between the first and second point. The first point is that that's product, Google product running in cloud. Second is Google code running in your SAP infrastructure. The connector is code provided to run the SAP SLT.
Thank you. Just to repeat, so what Harry said, the first one here is a product. So you have that choice. And the second one is a piece of code that Google provides that you can install and bring data from SAP into BigQuery.
So is Cloud Data Fusion now still run on Compute Engine, or is that the previous design plan to be serverless?
We're getting there, and yes.
NDA. Okay. Yeah.
So I have a question. It's not uh, not directly related to TCS story. See, we have BigQuery, and BigQuery as an external general concept.
Mhm.
And whenever the most of our buckets are created in US East region. Okay. But the BigQuery has a understand that if it's not a multi-region, our bucket is we cannot create a external record. Will this exception going to stay or is there any option to get to that?
Let's take that offline
Okay.
and we can get back to you with more info.
Office hours. No, actually, up in the office hours.
Nah, I don't like it out of. Very likely related to this. I have no
You can understand the reasoning behind why
Yeah, I know.
US East 4 cannot be is countable for big.
BigQuery is a managed one, it runs across multiple regions, okay? There may be some security constraints which is preventing that this kind of model.
But it has to be in the same region.
Or architect.
Any questions on Zoom? Okay. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the rest of Cloud Summit. Thank you.